Hey, welcome back, Thailand. Thailand, Bansaray, we're at today, guys. Hot subject at the moment. I want to bring it up. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. That's about these guys that come in here. Over the last 2 decades plus, I've been visiting, I've been watching, so I've got a couple little experiences with them. I used to be one of those guys myself. Because you get here and you feel the love, the passion, the appreciation, the hey sexy man walking down the street, oh you're so pretty, you're so handsome, I'll do your toenails. All those compliments get to your head, and it's easy to start taking it on that you come from a superior country and more wealthy, and this milestone in your head, and you start spending more, your next holidays comes quicker, you go home and all you want to do is get back here.
And after that, you're in love
Yep.
with one woman.
Yep, you can get cooped up and you can accidentally sometimes fall in love with the wrong person or with the right person.
The right person, but her background, she have the kid and mom and dad to take care, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother to take care.
You meet a nice girl and she's got one child in the village and you think, oh, okay, I can support that. And then you go, okay, let's go home, and you take her back to the Western country, wherever you are, but you forget there's a couple of things involved in that. Whether she sends money home to help her out with her son or daughter, dad might be in hospital soon. And
next minute,
yeah,
the person take care of son or daughter, unwell, must go to hospital.
And
so
the reason
your bill.
the reason we're bringing this subject up, guys, is a lot of our followers on other platforms, they take these people home, these girls are from different places, and they get quite obnoxious in the comments, especially on Parnese pages and stuff like that. They're quite nasty, and these come from guys with Asian wives at home and kids, and we understand what you guys are going through. You've overcommitted, you're still in love, you've promised her the world, you've stuck by your word, and you've got him at school, you've brought her child over, and all these costs and effects have come into your life that you've promised, and you haven't let her down. But what you've done is you've let yourself down.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're one of these guys that have brought an Asian home, and you've overstepped your mark,
Yeah.
you're tied up to the mortgage, to her, this, and it's great. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But just
and you start saying to your friend like, what I can do, I love her.
Yep.
What I can do, I love her.
Yep.
I have to help her.
I'm happy to
And
support her.
And the person not happy is you.
Exactly. You've promised her the world,
Yes.
and her child and her family. But the one thing you've forgotten is yourself.
Yeah.
If you lose yourself in the moment, because the amount of ammunition we're getting hit with the negative comments and so forth, you're angry at something.
Yeah.
And it's not your beautiful Asian wife that you promised the world to, or her other child that's with another father, whatever, or her sick father. That's not what you're angry at. You're angry at you've lost yourself.
Yeah.
And this is a really touchy subject.
And you blame yourself, you got a bad deal when you make a deal before you take her back to your home country.
Yeah. And what you did is you let yourself down. You got that illusion of, hey, sexy man, you will come from the lucky country, and then you've overcommitted by bringing her back. I mean, these marriage visas, I think they're up to about $10,000 Australian,
Yeah.
just to bring a girl home,
Yeah.
let alone the 1 year to wait, or if you want to get an agent to do it for you, add another 50,000 baht, or what, I don't know, but we got our marriage visa 13 years ago, and it was like
$3,000.
3,000 Australian, and I think today that we're over maybe 10,000 Australian. And a lot of more hoops to go through and so forth.
Asian feed.
So that's one topic. These guys are coming here, and just don't lose yourself, guys. Especially if you want a family or you come here to fall in love, and that's all great. I love the honesty. Then you've got the other guys that are coming here. I like to call them dreamers. Okay, they come here thick and fast. They're like a fish in a frying pan. Only needs 2 sides, 2 seconds to cook on each side. And they are rude and obnoxious, and they are full of crap. These are the guys that come here 3-4 times a year. I know Thailand, I can speak Thai, I know 10 bar words. Okay, we get them about probably 2 or 3 a week we block on one page, and anyway.
My friend at the bar said
Yeah,
that.
Darren at the bar said
Yeah.
this, and I'd never invest money in Thailand, and they've got all the words.
But all them hang out is Pattaya Central. They never go to the
And they are very obnoxious. I've had guys the last 2 months threatening me, challenging me, saying you want to catch up, and I'm like, bro, relax, you know. And these are quite obnoxious, and I do a bit of homework on them, and they're on everyone's page who lives in Thailand, and they're getting blocked from everyone's page. Then they'll go to Parni's page, and they'll go, I've got a Thai wife, I've got kids, I've got this, and then then I go to my page, and he's full of crap. Just the dribble that's coming out. And I said to Pani, be careful, these guys have got mental health issues, okay? And when I say they might not take Prozac or Medicaid, well, they may do, but the mental health issues I'm talking about is living in dream world, okay? They are not stupid. They're not.
I live in Thailand, have a Thai wife, but hate Thailand. Because you got a bad deal.
Well, let's just be realistic, yeah? Let's just be realistic. I lived what they were going through for about 10 years before I got married. I would get home after 10 weeks in Thailand, save $10,000, come back here 4 weeks. Anyone who knows my history, this is how I lived for a long time. 10 weeks into Australia, I'd work my ass out building high rises on union jobs or whatever. Anyone who knows me knows this is the truth. I'd do 10, 12 weeks, I'd bust my ass, I'd do 60, 80 hours a week, I would do whatever they asked, and I would bank $10,000, maybe a bit more, 20,000, and go again. A little bit of rain come, I'd bolt again. I'd get back here and I'd live like a king. Sometimes I'd rent a room out for 12 months and be only here, whatever. And then after about 10-year mark, I realised, what am I going to do to get back there to live a life? All right, so and I get this regularly on my socials. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you make your money, Dale? How did you make your... And I don't reply. My financials have got nothing to do with anyone else's. I'm not here to... I stay humble. I'm not here to educate people on how to relocate or financially.
But it's our opinion. That's what we say.
Our opinion.
That done.
Also, I'd lay at home and I would spend months thinking about how can I generate an income. No one will help you. No one's here to help you. Thailand, even at home, no one's there to help you. And they're full of crap if they do. They always want something. So I'd lay in bed at night and I'm like pondering over trades, investments, and everything was too hard. And it is. It's really, really hard. To get back here and live a full-time life, you're looking at 10 years slave labour, right? In a basically underground mine, whatever. 10 years slave. Let's be honest, you know. Or you go, okay, I'll buy a couple of houses and live off the rent. Those mortgages are for 20, 30 years. It was still miles away. So when these guys come at us angry and I know, and they're full of crap, man. And some of these guys who haven't followed me on social, on YouTube and stuff, they know what I'm talking about. To get back here and generate an income, because let's be honest,
especially you have young children, have to go to school.
Even a single man, you're gonna need 50,000 to 60,000 baht a month. You know, 3,000 or at least 3,000 Australian coming in. A young family with one child, you need minimum of 100,000. And that's $5,000 Australian. You know, that's a lot of money to come up with every month while you're sitting in Thailand not making an income. Let's be honest, you know. So people can come out as much as they want. We know what the frustration is. Everyone knows the sun rises over there and sets over there for everyone, yeah? Some of us done some hard work. I did my hard work. Pani did her hard work. Many days we were in situations where Pani had to go and stay somewhere else for a couple of days because our work was that phenomenal. I was never home. The pressure of trying to get back to create an income in Thailand was starting to take its toll. So if you're sitting in the West and you've had enough, don't go and put comments on people's pages to try and bring them down. It's bloody rude, guys. It really is. There's no need for it. And I have a surf over many YouTubers and the comments are absolutely disgusting, you know. And we understand if you're sitting in Melbourne or the Gold Coast, because a lot's come from the Gold Coast at the moment, your living costs are phenomenal. You've got a lovely missus and a child, and life's okay, but you're out working full-time. She's full-time. You've got childcare for the kid. That's $100 a day. That's $500 a week for childcare. Your $800 a week rent. Your food's just gone up to $600 a week. You got nothing for savings, and that's not our fault. That's not.
It's a lot of comment come from the person been to Thailand the last trip,
Yeah.
and still cannot get like what I can do in Thailand. Yeah, cannot find the happiness.
And these guys that are in that pickle, that situation where they might have 100,000, but in Thailand 100,000 Australian.
It's not much anymore. Yeah.
And the people who've been coming here for 10 years know this. They know it's not enough to jump ship.
Yeah.
They know. And as the West turns to crap at the moment, there's no future there. Everyone knows that. I am passionate about Australia. Don't get me wrong. I am passionate. I hope the country spins around and sorts its problems out really, really quickly. I've got nothing but love for Australia and New Zealand and America, UK. I've been to all of the countries. I've actually got passion for the whole West. And I really, really wish the people in the West could just speak nicer to each other. And 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there wasn't so much hate on social. The last 5 years, as the living costs are calm and the jealousy kicks in, look, all I can say is try and be nice to each other. When you try and put negative terms out there or negative thoughts, all you're doing is bringing yourself down. I done the grind, Pani done the grind, looking after me, doing the grind. We done the hours, we done the work. We understand what's involved to try and get back here and create a life. Or even we want to pack up today and go back to the West, it can be done, no drama. But we understand what the commitment is to go back and do those sort of hours just to get by again. I had a dream, one part of it, to go to WA up the coastline and buy a little beach shack and a couple of acres on the water or close to the beach and do some fishing and all that sort of stuff. That was my original dream before coming to Thailand. But we got outbidded by the living cost. It wasn't profitable. It wasn't. I needed $5 million to do it instead of moving to Thailand, where I could make it on a lot less. And also be in a situation where I'm happy to leave my family here and go and work away in another country or whatever it takes. These are the things that I've got a very close friend of mine at the moment. He'll probably watch this, and he's working away 4 and 2. And he's a dead set good boy, man. He's solid. He had a few doubts about what he's doing at the moment, and I put him straight back on track, and I reminded him about the living cost and paying your own rent and all that sort of stuff. And for me, fly in, fly out, work at the moment, living in a camp and getting back here every 2 weeks or go somewhere else for 2 weeks or whatever you want to do. Let's be realistic, that is the only life at the moment. To try and find a wife that would support that's pretty brutal. But at the moment I get a lot of requests, how do you do it, what do I got to do, and that's the only thing I really refer to, because I don't want to give people financial advices or go and buy 3 of those condos and you can make a living. I'm not here to do that. That's not my discretion.
Because when you buy the wrong building, so they're not making.
Well, yeah. I'm not here for that sort of stuff, and people say, I don't invest money in Thailand, and I've got so many opinions about that subject. Everyone probably know that already. I don't think investing money in the West is any good at the moment either. So anyway, I'll check out my view. Check out this little fishing village. That's Pattaya over there. That's my beautiful wife. So I hope this helps out, guys. We really appreciate everyone watching and following, and getting some cool emails coming through and stuff. And at the later stage, we'll sort of go into more detail about how you can actually make a passive income here. But at the moment, the way the world is at the moment, let's just chill out and try and get past this war and all that sort of stuff that's going on. And I'll open the book up a bit further for you. So, I mean, it's hard to take financial advice from a guy who's retired and 50 years old who looks like this in Thailand. And it's hard to take financial advice that someone did something right in life. That's a poke at the haters. Peace out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll talk again soon. Much appreciated from Thailand.